Hello, welcome to this final assignment presentation, which at this point in the term, probably no one's excited to hear about another assignment, but you're an awesome class and maybe you are. I understand that at this point in the term, people are probably, you know, if you're experiencing life right now, you're probably feeling a bit overwhelmed, and I can understand. And this assignment's due on the 8th, which is the last day of the term, so I can't really, I was thinking of giving an extension on it, but I don't really know how I would do that, except if people are struggling and need a bit of extra help and want to meet, or if I can maybe be a bit relaxed with late marks with that 8th, as long as it's just a few days. But this, so what I tried to do with this assignment, and I know that I've been kind of late getting you some content, although I have my Coaching the Mind presentation almost ready to come out, and Coaching for Character is will be coming out with this, and then that has this pretty good setup, and then it's just the professional identity one, and then we're pretty much wrapping up. It's been a blast, and I know it's been a bit of a whirlwind. It's been a bit, and you know, I was affected by this whole strike thing that almost happened and how that affected my work, and I'm not trying to kind of whine about it, because I know I'm hired by Nipsing to do a specific role, and you know, I apologize that for a couple, I got sidetracked for a sec, but I think that, like, with a course like this, it's a little bit more independently run. There is a bit of, you know, ups and downs, but I think overall I'm really happy with this class, and like watching your presentations has been such a treat. It's honestly, I probably have about 20 more left to kind of catch up. And it's just been such a treat. Like, it's honestly, it's okay. So anyways, enough Mike, enough free ramble. Get to this. So this will be due April 8th, so the last day of the term. So that's like not next Friday, but the next Friday. And so what I tried to do is just make it pretty straightforward. And what I kind of want you to do is to pick a therapeutic practice. So I tried to pick a wide variety of potential topics, and you can pick different topics too if you don't like the ones on the list, but I tried to pick cool ones that represent a wide variety of interest. And I basically want you to just tell me about that. Same ideas like the other ones, right? You can make a video or do an essay. One thing I always hated when I was a student is when teachers had like 6 different assignments and they were all like completely different. Everything is like 900 instructions. It's like, I want you to spend your time thinking about applying the ideas in this like operationalization mode, or like just how to take an idea and make it a real thing. It's like, so I also don't need you to have 9 million sources and all this kind of stuff. It's like, that stuff matters, but sometimes it's important to just train at the idea level. And I think this is what I want you to really try to focus on, is tell me pick one of these things like autogenic relaxation or horticultural therapy or bibliotherapy. And I'll tell you a little bit about these in a second, and connect it with one of these PERMA ideas. And you've written the paper on PERMA now, right? And again, you don't have to go through and be like P equals this and E equals this, and because I know that you've already done that and you've just done that. But what I want you to do is kind of just pick one and kind of expand on it. Right? Like, you might talk about nature immersion, or this idea of like some of the psychological benefits of just sort of being outside, whether it's like walking, or a lot of you up in North Bay, you'll probably have, you know, like spending time in the woods and camping and stuff like that. And what that kind of affects your psychology, and how that affects things like positive psychology and meaning and engagement with our situation and positive emotion. So I basically want you to pick one of these things, and I put there like, these are just suggested topics. You can pick a different topic too, but these are all sort of common, like mind, body, social kind of therapy. So I tried to pick a variety, and then connect it to one of the ideas from PERMA at just the basic level. Is this sort of an experience that could really help you establish positive habits of emotion, or maybe really address your like kind of engagement with the situation, and or your relationships, or build meaning and purpose, or help you achieve a sense of accomplishment in industry. And it's like, and I also picked the PERMA thing because I know that that's kind of fresh in your mind. And again, I don't want you spending tons of time. This isn't designed like that. I put there actually that I wanted you to feel feel full flexibility to approach this either as a reflection exercise or as a research paper. Because I know some people aren't as like into reflection kind of stuff, right? And if that's you and you want to do this more like a paper, you want to pick something like autogenic relaxation, which is really cool. It's like, and if you, when you see my coaching for character presentation, it ends with an autogenic exercise. And it's like, if you wanted to look at that from a really research perspective or something like biofeedback, you certainly could. But if you wanted to look at this much more as just like a reflective exercise and just kind of answer this question with very little research, maybe you do one of these things. Maybe you're interested in mindfulness, or maybe you're interested in, I put there prayer and contemplation of this idea. Like, it's not like it's not like there isn't religious forms of meditative practices that are important to people. And maybe you want to just look into one you've never tried before. You want to look into cinema therapy, or like this idea of like watching cool movies that have meaningful points and talking about it, and that can actually be a very therapeutic practice. And bibliotherapy is the same kind of idea, but with books. And horticultural therapy, or like just the viewing even something like gardening as an opportunity to promote these perma principles, right? Because the idea here is like, how would you actually take these ideas and make them meaningful? Discuss how this practice could be integrated into your life as a health promoting practice. That's the third question, right? So basically, tell me about the thing, connect it with one of the ideas from PERMA, and discuss how it could be integrated into your life as a health promoting practice. This is our goal in 2022. Everything's been doom and gloom for the last however knows how long. So I don't know, you're great people, and let's focus on this. Let's focus our final assignment. This is just quick, right? 4 to 6 pages if you want to fire it out as a paper, like under 10 minutes if you want to do it as like a reflective recording of some type, right? Just tell me about the practice. Tell me about how it connects to one of these kind of core ideas of positive psychology, and then how could it be integrated, and how could you use it in your life as a positive applied practice. Cheers, my friends. And yeah, that if once you start working on it, if you have questions and stuff and wanted to meet or ask me anything, feel free to. And see you in the next video.